You ever go shopping with your mom when you were a little kid? Everything's going along fine. You're following her around, keeping track of her, until all of a sudden you realize you stopped paying attention and either she or you wandered off and you realize all of a sudden you're lost. I did that a couple times. I had to march myself up to the front of the store and tell them that I was lost. They'd get on the intercom and ask for the mom to come get their lost kid. I remember being so embarrassed. Well, in the last few days, I've come out to check on the cows because I've heard either the mamas or the babies calling for help. So what happens is the whole herd will be over on this little sliver of land grazing, but these three little brothers that I've started calling the three little amigos doze off in the warm sun, not realizing that their mamas have gone back over to the hay for their dinner. When the little amigos wake up, they start calling for their moms. They can see them just on the other side of the fence, but the poor little dudes can't figure out how to get back over there. So I've had to walk them down the long fence line a few times in the last week or so for a joyful reunion with their mamas.
Come on, you boys. Come on, you boys. Come on. Come on. Here come the other mamas. They're all bent out of shape. Go get your babies. Go get your babies. You guys left them over there to begin with. Oh, there's the baby. No, boys, you're going the wrong way. No, you silly dummies. Come on, little dude, you gotta keep going the other way. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Gotta keep going. Gotta keep going. There, you made it. You finally made it. Oh, you're so hungry. Oh my goodness, you're all three so hungry. You're all three.
This next part is pretty interesting to me. As someone who's still pretty new to cattle and didn't grow up around them or have much experience with calves and nursing, it's pretty informative to be able to see them nurse this close up. When they're nursing, it seems like their necks are at an uncomfortable angle and like it just seems, well, uncomfortable. But as I understand it, the ideal situation here is for the calf to nurse comfortably with its nose below its eyes. And so the height of that teat is pretty important. When they raise their nose above their eye level and stretch for food, the epiglottis, which covers the opening of the trachea, can become out of position, and it can potentially allow milk to spill into the respiratory tract. It's also really cool for me to watch them nurse this close up. They know instinctively to bop their mom's udders to let the milk down, and they just know instinctively to rotate between all four of the teats also. Cows are pretty awesome. This little dude's mama is a first calf heifer, so he is her first, and she's done awesome. And yep, she's horned, but she is a mama. Dexters can have horns. This dude's name is Tank. We called him that from the very beginning because he's always been a stocky steer. He's just standing there like, I don't really know why I'm here, but the whole herd ran down here and they're just staying, and so I don't really know what I'm doing here, but I can't be bothered. And this is Albert. He's our youngest of the three calves. His color is dun, which is kind of the most rare of the Dexters, and we like him a lot. His mom is the one that we intend to try to milk because she has really good udder and really good teats. She's not super friendly. She's not halter trained or anything, so training her to milk is going to be quite interesting. It might make for some good content. You never know. I hope to not have the heck kicked out of me a lot, but we'll see.
Well, it's the next day here on the farm, and it has decided to get crazy cold this morning. This morning we're going to work on a stanchion. That's the next thing up. So we milk Sunny here in this area, and right where that post is, that's going to come down. Those pieces of plywood are going to come down. We'll reconfigure those, and we're going to put a stanchion right there. I've done some research on stanchions. This will be the first one we've had, and from what I understand, the general stanchion width is about 36 inches wide, but our Dexter that we're going to milk is not nearly that wide, and Sunny isn't nearly that wide either. She may get a little bit wider as she progresses in gestation, but probably not a ton. And so I think I'm going to go with 32 inches wide, and I think that should work fairly well for the two cattle that we're gonna be milking. So this is what we got so far. Nothing perfect, nothing square, nothing plumb, all out of 100% scrap wood, so free. But I kind of want to get Sunny in there so that I can custom fit some things like the feed box and stuff like that. I have a feeling she's not going to want to do that, so let's give it a try. Girl, let's see if you'll go up here. I bet you are not going to want to go up there. I bet you're going to try to come around the side. Okay, come on. Come on in. Come get some food. Come get some grain or some alfalfa. Oh, that's what I figured. That's what I figured you were going to do. Come on, back it on up. Oh, this is a fiasco. All right, that's my fault. I totally knew better. Oh, no. Get out of there. Come on. Come on. Get out of there. Back it on out of here. You're a mess. Oh, what a fiasco. Okay, come on back out of here. I got to do some prep work a little bit better. Come on. Okay, take two. Let's see if this works this time. What I should have done to begin with. Oh, how are you going to get in there? Oh, you can just reach your neck through? No? Okay. No? All right. How about this way? How about you come up this way, Sonny? See that? Come on. You gotta come up this way though. Come here. Come on. Come this way, girl. Oh, you don't want to do it, do you? Come over here. You're gonna do everything you can to not come up that ramp. This is gonna take some training. Go. Come on. We have a coop, ma'am. You just don't like it in there? You just need more privacy? Let me see what you got under there. Oh, yeah, look at that. I like those dark brown eggs. They're yummy. And you got to decide to come up the middle. The sides are all boarded up now. Can't come up the side. Yep, you got to come up the middle. There's your food right there. That's waiting for you. We'll just leave it there for you. I'm going to maybe give it a try. What if I push it just a little bit closer? Oh, yeah, there you go, Sonny. Come on, girl. Good job. Come on a little bit more. There you go. Look at that. That's all you had to do. Yeah, that's perfect. Sort of feel like, you know how on Survivor they sit the contestants down in front of the camera and it's just them, they're in a secluded area and they can talk all the kind of mess they want to about their co-contestants and all that stuff, and it's like the confession camera. It's like Sonny's the only one here, so it's the confession camera. So the truth about Sonny, I didn't want a milk cow. This wasn't my dream. It wasn't something that I wanted to do. I just didn't want to have that level of responsibility. When I was 11 years old, I got a newspaper route, and it was an early morning newspaper route, 7 days a week. It didn't matter if you were tired. It didn't matter if you were sick. It didn't matter if there wasn't school that day. It didn't matter if it was a snow day, so you didn't have to go to school. I still had to get up and deliver the newspapers. It didn't matter if there was a foot of snow on the ground and they hadn't plowed the roads yet. I still had to get up and deliver newspapers. I hated that job. And so the thought of having a milk cow that I had to get up and take care of every single day, like having to do a newspaper route again, I just didn't really want that kind of responsibility. I kind of like lower maintenance farm animals. I know that sounds dumb. You're doing homesteading and you've got cows and chickens and we've had pigs and all that stuff. But all of those things, you can take care of them on a daily basis without that level of commitment, especially if having to get up so early and doing the same thing every day at the same time and having it be at the crack of dawn. So I really didn't want a milk cow. I just didn't really want to do it. And so we held off. So enter Sunny into the picture. So she came up on one of the Facebook groups that we follow, and she was fairly nearby. She was already in milk. She was only like 3 years old. So an investment that we could have for a long time. And we didn't know she was bred back, but that ended up just being an added bonus. The owner was very cool and super friendly and was like, yep, I'll teach you guys. Come on down. I'll teach you how to do everything. I'll teach you how to milk. I'll teach you all the things that you need to know to take care of her. And so reluctantly, we decided to pull the trigger. But I did it thinking that I would be the backup milkman. I thought, I'm just going to be the backup. I'm not going to be the primary. I'll help out until, we get the process and routine figured out and both of our hands get strong enough and we have it all down. But little did I know that this cow would love me and follow me everywhere I go all around our property and moo at me the second she sees me. For the first 4 weeks of ownership of Sunny, I couldn't appear anywhere in her line of sight or she would start mooing and going crazy. Whenever we would bring a new Dexter onto our property, they would get used to things within just a few days. They might move for a little bit here and there, whatever, but it was only a few short days, and that was that. Her, it was a month. And my office is right over there, right next to the cattle, which I love because I can monitor them, I can keep an eye on them, and I kind of know what's going on in the herd with the dynamics and things. And if somebody doesn't look right, I see it. But she would see me. If I would come out here during breaks or lunch or something like that, she would see me, she'd start going crazy. And she wouldn't stop for a long time. It was solid bellowing and mooing, especially if she would see me for a month. And so that was not expected. I don't know if that's a Jersey thing or if they just get really attached or what. I don't know. But I didn't plan to be the primary milkman. I intended for that to be Emily since this was her dream. But it turns out that I'm an early riser and she isn't. And turns out that I just am like a checklist, task oriented kind of person. So for me, the idea of just knocking the task out and getting it over and done and taken care of is appealing. And so I've ended up doing more of the milking. We did do a lot together, and that was kind of nice because it's like it's quality time, and you start your day out on a common task that you're working on together. And honestly, I kind of miss that a little bit. The other thing that helped is she's not a super producer for milk. At least she wasn't when she came to us. She was only producing about 1.5 gallons, and it doesn't take that long to milk 1.5 gallons. And then that dropped down by the time we dried her off. It was less than a gallon. So that helped. When we freshen her and she has her calf and she's producing, I assume it'll be higher quantity. I don't know how much she'll produce. That could be an issue. So we'll see. Um, but the truth of it is, I never really wanted a milk cow. But I do believe in the nutritional value of raw milk. The fact that it's not pasteurized is super important to us, that we get all of those nutrients and that our boys get it. Our boys drink 1 gallon of milk a day. So if you calculate the cost of 1 gallon of milk a day and you factor that in against the cost of feed and taking care of Sunny, we're not breaking even. I won't say that. But if you factor the cost of raw milk, which goes for usually about $10 a gallon in our area, in that case, pretty close. So we're getting a more nutritious product, and it's something that I feel good about with the kids. It makes really good milk. Jerseys have such a good cream line that it's delicious. It makes really good homemade ice cream. Cream is great. Butter is great. So definitely enjoyed that. So yeah, I admit the thought of having a milk cow at first was a little bit intimidating. Kind of brought back some PTSD of having that morning responsibility, which I didn't really want to have to do. But it hasn't been as bad as I thought. Kind of even like having her. So I don't know. I guess my confession is don't hate having a milk cow as much as I thought I would. And I guess my conclusion is having a milk cow is better than having a paper out. I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching and subscribing, and hope to see you back again. Hope you all have a great day.